The Strange Man is one of the most discussed individuals in the Red Dead Redemption series, and although he's featured predominantly in the first installment, he does make somewhat of an appearance in Red Dead Redemption 2. There's his suspected home of Bayall Edge in the bayou, whispers of him appearing on the outer edges of Armadillo, and today's subject, the theory of him taking a more human form, which brings us on over to Jimmy Brooks. Welcome to the video. You're listening to Phil of Philby Gaming. If you enjoy the following, you all know what to do, and if you're new here and aren't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Today's video is strictly theory, and if you have any thoughts as to whether you agree, disagree, or feel there may be a different approach, be sure to let us know in the comment section provided. With that being said, let's get straight into what we came here to see. Is Jimmy Brooks actually the Strange Man? At the very beginning of Chapter 2, the main story mission, Polite Society Valentine Style, is open to Arthur. Waking a sleeping uncle up, a trip into town is on the agenda.
Hey! Careful not to work yourself to death there, Uncle.
I was thinking.
Yeah, does it pay well?
Oh, eventually.
So, while the rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Well, it's a strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Do you want to head into town? See if we can find anything out?
Sure, I got some errands to run.
Great. Go check the horses are ready.
You gonna take the old man into town? You take us too?
Well, what you got planned?
Nothing. We'll find something for y'all to do. We always do.
We're bored out of our minds. Been cooped up here for 2 weeks now. Karen's about ready to murder Grimshaw.
Well, can Miss Grimshaw spare you?
Can Miss Grimshaw spare you? What's happened to you, Arthur? 3 young, healthy women want you to take them a robbing. You're worried about house chores. Let's go.
Fair enough. You got me. Come on then.
I can't believe we're going to see civilization. Feels like weeks since we did.
Yeah, Valentine. Very embodiment of civilization. You ladies are gonna love it.
Okay then. Let's go.
All right. Out through the trees here, then take a left.
During the trip, just on the outskirts of Valentine, Arthur Morgan is given his first moral dilemma choice. A man driving a horse-led cart is having some issues.
You all right there, friend?
Oh, hey, you couldn't help me get my other horse back from over there, could you?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks. It's the white one over there.
Whether Arthur chooses to assist the wagon driver or leave him to his own devices will affect his honor level, but in theory, whatever decision he makes may have triggered the Strange Man to make an appearance into Arthur's life. During Red Dead Redemption 1, while playing as John Marston, the Strange Man encounters John a total of 3 times. During these interactions, he will ask for John's assistance in helping the people of the world, such as the intoxicated gentleman who plans to be unfaithful to his wife, or Sister Calderon who's requiring donations for the poor. John can choose to either help these individuals, portraying a good guy, or perform the opposite, giving him a less reputable characteristic. This is what the Strange Man does. He tests the citizens of the world to see which direction their moral compass is leading them. It's what he does with Arthur Morgan. Continuing on our trip to Valentine, Uncle and Arthur visit the Wirt's General Store, whilst the trio of Tilly, Karen and Mary Beth head to the saloon on the hunt for drunken vulnerable men to try and relieve them of their possessions. After purchasing what they need, both Uncle and Arthur take a little R&R in front of the store, whilst the girls are out working. Shortly after, Arthur's slumber is interrupted.
Gentlemen, I think I got something good.
What?
I snuck into this fancy house. Acted like a servant girl. Usually works. Someone was saying her sister was taking a trip from New York or someplace. Train full of rich tourists heading to Saint Denis and then cruising off to Brazil.
Okay.
A train laden with baggage and passing through a bit of deserted country at night as to get to the docks in time for the tides in some place called Scarlet Meadows.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's right out near New Hanover. Right, it's real quiet out there.
Sounds good. Where's Tilly and Karen?
I think at the hotel. They were picking up some drunken fellas that they was gonna rob.
Why?
It seemed easy. They have been gone for quite a while.
I guess I'll go see if there's any trouble.
Oh, there's Tilly over there. That does not look ideal.
Excuse me.
After dealing with Tilly's aggressor, then rescuing Karen from her abuser at the Saints Hotel, the group of 5 are reunited. This is where Blackwater resident Jimmy Brooks comes into their lives.
Thank you, Arthur. I don't much like being saved, but when I have to be.
I understand.
You okay?
Sure. He only punched me. Arthur punched him a lot harder.
All right, then.
Hey, who's that guy over there looking at us?
Weren't you in Blackwater a few weeks back?
Me? No, sir. Ain't from there.
Oh, you were. Well, I definitely saw you with a bunch of fellers.
Me? No. Impossible. Listen, buddy, come here for a minute.
I saw you.
Come here.
Come on, get!
I don't like this. Me neither. Go get the girls home. I'm gonna go have a word with our friend.
Be careful, Arthur.
Just a word. Yeah!
As Arthur gives chase, shouting for Jimmy to return to him, the man from Blackwater lands himself in a difficult position.
Help! Someone!
Why are you telling lies about me?
No. I got it wrong, partner. I got it very wrong. Now, please help me up.
I ain't never been in Blackwater.
Then why are you chasing me?
I've got an unfortunate face.
Yes, me too. Now, please, pull me up. Please. I'm begging you.
Jimmy's predicament can pan out 2 different ways. Arthur can either choose to save the man or decide to silence him permanently. Whichever the player chooses will not only affect Arthur's honor level, but also makes a connection to the strange man's home in the bayou. Let's take a look at both examples, firstly by silencing Jimmy once and for all. After putting an end to Jimmy Brooks, if Arthur is to travel to the Bayou Ledge cabin, he'll find the following etched into the table in the single-room structure. There once was a man called Jimmy Brooks, who was always running into crooks, but the man from the ferry found him too contrary. Now Jimmy's family don't see him very much. Now let's take a look at the interaction if Arthur decides to spare the man.
All right, come on. You okay, partner?
No, I am not. I'm a mess.
Well, you ain't dead.
There is that. Jimmy Brooks.
I think it's best for both of us if we pretend this never happened.
Well, I agree. You saved my life. You're a good man, and here. You want a pen? It's one of them steel ones.
Oh. That's very kind of you. But I'm not a good man, Jimmy Brooks. Not usually. You see, I was in Blackwater. I killed people. And maybe I should have killed you. Should I have killed you, Jimmy Brooks?
Me? I never saw you. Not now, not never. I think we have an understanding.
Of course we do. Jimmy Brooks. I will remember that. I've got a good memory.
I haven't. Not one lick. Not 1 cent in this here old mind.
After sparing Jimmy, if Arthur is to visit the same location of Bayou Ledge, home of the strange man, the writing on the table will differ, as it reads as follows. There once was a man called Jimmy Brooks, who was always running into crooks, till one chased him down and he had to talk his way round that Jimmy isn't as dumb as he looks. These scribblings are undeniable proof that the strange man is keeping a close eye on Arthur Morgan and his moral decisions, just as he did in 1911 with John Marston. On a side note, Arthur's journal entry concerning the matter also slightly alters depending on the moral choice you made. Both begin as follows. Things took a strange turn. Some fella seemed to recognise me, or us, from Blackwater. Guess we had been holed up there too long while Hosea and I scouted the job that never was. I chased the bastard. If Arthur kills Jimmy, the entry will end as, then I killed him anyway. Sometimes there's no point in taking a chance. But if spared, it will read, and he nearly fell off a cliff. I spared him and he gave me an ink pen. I hope I won't regret my leniency, but I reckon he got the scare of his life. Jimmy Brooks was his name. But who was Jimmy Brooks? Well, the answer to that may lie just south of the Heartlands oil fields in the state of New Hanover. Out on the trail, the player can discover a landmark that's come to be known as Register Rock. Many scribblings deface this rock, but there's one of particular interest that's relative to this theory. It reads J. Brooks, US Post, 1863. Red Dead Redemption 2 is of course set in 1899, some 36 years after the scribbling was made. Jimmy Brooks appears to be, I guess, around 30 years of age, and given that the scribbling indicates that the author was a fully grown person employed as a postal worker, there's absolutely no way that the man from Blackwater could have made this etching. So who made their mark on the Register Rock? Well, to contradict what I've just said moments ago, I'd say it was the same person. But how? Whatever players believe the strange man to be, whether it be a god, a devil, or something else entirely, one thing seems for certain: he's been around for some time. Did the strange man encounter the original J. Brooks all those years before? A theory is that the two did encounter at one point, and in return for whatever J. Brooks needed from the strange man, similar to the story of Herbert's Moon and how the whole town of Armadillo was cursed, affecting everybody but him, the strange man took the soul of J. Brooks, granting eternal youth, using him as an instrument for his moral tests. Back to Bayall Ledge, some of the other scribblings around the hut indicate both past and future events of the world. From the snow to the grave, of course referring to the journey of the Van der Lin's gang from the Blackwater ferry heist to their final days at Beaver's Hollow. His toll will sound my greatest coming, meaning the curse of Armadillo and Herbert's Moon, and one reading, I Know You, a direct reference to the strange man's encounter with John Marston some years later. The strange man documents important moments in the timeline of the Red Dead Redemption series, keeping track of events, once more showing us that he's been around for a long time. If you wish to see my full theory on the strange man himself, I'll leave the video as the end screen to this one. So do you believe that there's a connection between the strange man and Jimmy Brooks? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you all know what to do, and if you're new here and aren't subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing so. Are there any particular subjects or topics you'd like to see me cover in Red Dead Redemption 2? Be sure to let me know that too. Thank you all for watching. You've been listening to Phil of Philby Gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.